What's up, YouTube? The title of this video is You Can't Take Your Checkbook to the Beach. And it's kind of a piggyback off the video I made earlier, regarding body game and the hate that you deal with. And, I get why people don't talk about it. Nobody wants to be discouraging with people trying to get healthy, but I think it's important that you let people know what's coming down the line. And another fact that most men, they touch on it, but they won't really talk about it. Women are extremely mean and rude to guys that are in good shape. It's just true. It's true. Any guy that knows it, that's in shape, he knows it. And it's funny how nobody, they touch on it, but no, it's a real thing. It's almost the only sense I made of it. Like, you kind of pick up on patterns on the type of people who kind of go out of their way to, just be rude. And I'll tell you, the number one person on that list is about a average, 5'6" woman with a decent body. Man, the best advice I can give a guy, just leave them alone. Leave them alone. And the reason you need to just leave them alone is because, see, what you don't understand is that, all this shit is frequency and vibration. When you dedicate yourself to getting in shape to the point that you see clear results, your frequency changes. So it's almost like, you still look at this 6 the way you did when you wasn't in shape. And she looking at you in a whole nother way. You looking almost down at her, and she looking up at you, and it create a weird dynamic. And see, when she can't really read this energy, her mind is gonna tell her that you think you doing her a favor, and she not about to even go through this shit. So she about to do some slick, chip away at your confidence type of shit. But all that can be avoided when you understand this shit and you know it. They'll even bait you in. They'll bait you all the way in. And it's crazy because you can't even know what's going on, and you can still fall for it. But back to the topic. The reason you gonna experience hate from men that's successful, in their own right. Men that's, got money, men that own businesses. Like, you need to understand that no matter how cool, this influencer is, or how motivated he is to help people, most of those dudes, now they don't want to be around a dude that's in better shape than them. Because, see, it goes back to, picture this. You at the beach, you chilling, and you just sitting there, and you just taking in the view, and you see this guy over here, kind of round, nothing, distinct about him. And then you see this guy over here, and he, just like in amazing shape, like, just 6-pack, tanned up, clearly, he worked out, this dude glowing. And, you just looking at the two. Now, maybe I come sit down and I'm like, oh, that's Tom, and that's Jim. And I said, man, you don't recognize Tom? And you said, no. I'm like, man, he was on the cover of Forbes. Like, he one of the richest men in America. And he was like, wow, damn. And then this dude over here, you know, he a cool ass dude, man. Like that's the head landscaping guy, you know, at my complex. So think about that. This dude is a billionaire. This dude is a landscaper. Now see, here is where the rubber meets the road. This billionaire, he don't know what this guy does, and this guy don't know what he does. So it's no tension between them. So now the billionaire dude, he's waiting on his old lady to show up. So when this old lady shows up, she looks like a woman that would be with a billionaire. Simple as that. So she comes, sit down, join him. But this guy over here, looking like a Greek god, you know. And see, the billionaire understands that his lady is looking at you. Why wouldn't she be? And it makes him insecure, which in turn, like, he would never elect or choose to have you around his old lady, because he don't need to be worrying about if his old lady looking at you. And see, body game and being in shape, it's almost like an animalistic characteristic to it, where like women, like they can't really control that. Like that's just a natural instinct. It's kind of like when a man see a woman he attracted to, you don't really control that. You see something you like, and women the same way. They may be able to contain it and hide it a little better, but again, it creates for a crazy dynamic, and you wonder like damn, this dude got it all. Well, like, why do he hate on me like that? Or it'll be a manager at your job, or it could be anybody, you know. And again, like I don't know why guys really don't talk about it, but this shit is like a real thing. Like I hate to keep being dramatic, but it's a real thing. And if you understand it, it don't have to really be a thing. You got to adjust your frequency, you know, adjust your energy. And what you're gonna have to do, the next part after getting in shape, is you have to, if what you dealt with prior to getting in shape, just throughout your life, was say you dealt with 5s and 6s, your energy now is 7s and 8s. They can relate to you, and the reason I say that is because, see, you're in a weird space, and the space you in is you can really deal with a lot of women, but it's not the type of women you used to, and it's not the type of women that you comfortable approaching. And the reason you can do that is because it's a space between that 5-6. It's a 7-8 space, and that chick is, I'll describe it to you. She may be a RN, like she got a good job, she's stable, she fuck with the gym, she in real good shape. See, women like that, especially if they say between 25 and 31, 32, they feel like they should deal with a certain type of guy. So it take the, like, it's certain type of guys just on her journey getting wherever she is in life, she's not gonna deal with certain type of guys. Not out in the open anyway. So it's like a certain look. It's a certain type of guy that she feel like she should deal with. That's what you gotta shoot for. Because the 5 and 6 that everybody comfortable talking to, she can't wait to shoot you down. She can't wait to tell everybody about it. She might record it. But again, it's an adjustment that you don't hear people talk about. When your physique and everything come together, it changes your vibration. Your energy changes. So now you keep trying to talk to the same type of women you used to talk to, and there's no connection. Like y'all on two different frequencies. And you see the women you want to talk to, you see them looking at you. You see it. you see it, you notice it all the time, and you gotta start shooting at them. And here's a fun fact. Now, when you adjust the women to your energy, here's what you gotta understand. It's important that you understand this shit. Like, if you know that you an above average dude, you know it. And I mean the whole way. Like, as I said, the long way. Like, you in shape, your money straight, you live, everything good. And you cannot, like, dull yourself down to the how you doing, what's your sign, I'm a Leo. No, man, you gotta really come the way you would expect a confident guy to come. And I don't mean being rude, but you definitely gotta learn to be direct. Seriously, like direct. Like, and I'll give you an example. Like, say, you at the car wash. Just drying your car off, vacuum. Little chick next to you, catch her, keep looking. So you start some small talk, some bullshit small talk with her, and you ask her like, like, what you got going for the rest of the day? And she reply like something like, "Oh, no, I don't really have no plans." You gotta almost be on some shit like, "Okay, what you about to do right now?" Like, right now. Like, let's go grab a smoothie. Like, you gotta, and you can, I'm not a big proponent of trying to knock a chick down on the first day, but you can dictate the way that shit gonna go. And you gotta understand, here's another thing that a lot of men don't understand, is that when you get into, like, say, 8, 9, 10 territory when it comes to women, what men don't understand is that those women don't have a lot of experience with men. They don't. Like, they used to getting a lot of attention from men, but again, depending on how she grew up, who she was around, she had something in her head. I only deal with this type, the type of chick that, deal with the quarterback, that the hot guy in high school. Like, you gotta understand, like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. But what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. What can I do? Oh yeah, that chick see herself dealing with a certain type of dude, and she'll go. But what most of you guys are gonna do, you gonna bore her quick. Let's go get something to eat, man. No, man. No. Hey, let's go. I'm about to go walk. Come meet me. Put on a skirt. Don't put nothing on under. Meet me at the park. Let's walk. Shit like that. Make her shit to get off the pot. But see, the thing is, what's going to intrigue that 7, 8, 9, 10, or 8, 9, 10, she's not used to guys talking to her like that. She's not used to guys being that direct. And then the way you really got to look at it is, what do you have to lose? Like, you don't really have nothing to lose, especially if this what you own. Now I don't recommend at all, like, coming out the gate, meeting a woman like, I'm not looking for nothing, I'm just looking to have fun. That ain't none of her fucking business. She can find that out later. You don't lie to her, but nah, you ain't got to volunteer all that information. You can let her know, like, shit, it's hard to meet cool people nowadays. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully we can, get to know each other a little better. However you want to approach it, but yeah, you don't have to let her know. She can feel it. She can feel it. And you dictate it by how you interact with her. If you trying to see her every day and, like, y'all really, kind of friends with benefits, but every now and then you mix it up and y'all go to dinner, like, you gonna fuck it all up. You gonna, when you finally do, get to the point where y'all, active, let's say, you gonna take it easy. You gonna be nice, and that ain't what she want. Like she want to almost be encouraged to be bad, be nasty, like and you're not gonna do that, so it's gonna bore her. But again, like when you up your physical body game, man, your frequency change, and you still attracted to, you still like what you like, but they don't like you no more. They don't like you no more. They look at you like, he just think he can fuck me quick. This is how they think. How they make the rules. This is how they think. So you gotta adjust your frequency to, you gotta adjust the women you just interact with to your frequency, and you didn't notice the change. You noticed it. You just you ain't really sure. Like, damn, this older look chick. Like, damn, she really, yeah, she looking. Yeah, she sure is. Yeah, and the best thing I think you can do, especially if you're not really comfortable or don't have a lot of experience dealing with women, the best approach you can take is to start talking to women. And what I mean by that, like, I'll give an example. Like, say you in the grocery store and you leave your phone in the car intentionally. So you go in the grocery store, you got shit in the basket, and you see a super slick lady, way above average. And like, say y'all in the same aisle, and you standing in front of the pasta, right? And she coming towards you, and you say, "Excuse me, can you do me a favor?" And she'll be more than happy, because you gotta remember, these women really not used to getting talked to, especially by attractive guys. They not used to it. So you say, "Hey, I'm making some lasagna, right? And I'm trying to figure out should I buy the oven ready lasagna, or should I buy the regular lasagna that you got to boil, but I left my phone in the car. Can you Google it for me? Which one?" And see, this is going to start a conversation. And the whole thing, though, this is what you have to, this is where it get hard. Like, this is where the discipline got to kick in. You strike a conversation up. I mean, it's a good flowing conversation. But see, the goal was, like, most times you don't want to predict the end result. You just kind of go with the flow. But in this case, the way you're going to build your confidence and the way you'll be able to talk to any woman on earth, whether she young or old, is you got to go in saying, no matter how well this little interaction go, I'm not going to attempt to get her number or give her my number. I'm going to tell her that it was nice meeting her, and I'm going to move on. You do that 2-3 times a day. Man, it's going to be so simple to talk to women. And here's the cherry on top of this whole spiel. Here's how you can close the deal 100% of the time. It's guaranteed. You can try it. Same scenario. Hey, you talk idle chatter. Now, keep in mind, the last 5, 6, 10 women you talk to, you've kind of mastered the art of the small talk, because you went in knowing, like, it's impossible for me to get rejected, because I'm not going to ask this woman nothing. Like, we going to talk. I'm going to say it was nice meeting you, and I'm going to walk off. But what that's going to do is going to get you comfortable talking to really attractive women. And all you got to do is ask them a question that they probably know the answer to. They going to love to talk. But they going to already, in their mind, they sizing you up while they answering these questions. And they made a decision in their mind whether, I might fuck with this, or this motherfucker ain't got a shot. But see, what she don't know, she not going to be able to read your confidence. You going to be so confident, and she not is going to confuse her. Because see, what she don't know is that you not going to ask her nothing. all you're going to do is say, you know, it's nice meeting you, thanks, have a good day, and you're going to walk off. But back to how you can close 100% of the time. Same scenario. Go down, boom, 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 boom. All right, it was nice meeting you, and you turn and you go to walk off. And then you stop. And you turn back around. Because, see, she dazed and confused right now. You didn't hit on her. And she thought for sure. Even if she wanted to tell you no, she can't believe you didn't try. Like, damn, either she was with it or she wasn't, but she can't believe. Like, damn, he chatted me up and, damn, he didn't even try. So as you turn and you walk off, you stop and say, hey, put my number in your phone. She gonna break her fucking fingers getting her phone out, because this is an emotional roller coaster for her, you know? Because when you turned and walked away, especially if she was interested, it threw her off. She don't know how to act. She just don't know how to act. So when you turn around and say, hey, put my number in your phone, you know, text me. I left my phone in the car. Text me and I'm gonna lock you in, you know. 100% of the time, it'll work. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. Tell me what y'all think.